Would you like to comment a little bit upon this process of individuation, this process, how all these factors move toward a whole, a totality?
Well, that's something quite simple. Take an acorn.
Yes.
Put it into the ground, it grows, and it becomes an oak.
Yes.
You see, that is man.
Yes.
Man develops from an egg.
Yes.
And develops into the whole man.
Yes.
And that is the law that is in.
There is a widespread tendency to avoid our own shadows, whether it be personal or collective. A whole generation can live a modern civilized life without ever touching much of its shadow nature. But then, 10 to 20 years down the road, that shadow will erupt and war will burst forth. No one wanted, but to which everyone has contributed. Apparently, the collective need for shadow expression supersedes the individual determination to contain the dark. And so it happens that an era of disciplined creativity is always followed by an astounding display of annihilation. And since we try to avoid our shadows so much, unless we do conscious work on it, the shadow is almost always projected. That is, it is neatly laid on someone or something else.
Women like men who are about 4 years older, who manifest signs of success, as well as being handsome and personable and all of that. The reason for that is that they're looking to equalize the economic disparity that exists because women take a harder hit from sex and pregnancy than men. They're looking for someone who's competent and generous. Competence would be intelligence, general cognitive ability, and the markers that go along with that. They want conscientiousness or openness, as well as other desirable personality traits. So they're looking for someone who can provide. Well, it's not because they're greedy precisely, it's because they're going to put themselves in a more vulnerable position if they have a child. And we know this because even affluent women who have a child by themselves or who get divorced tend to drop down the socioeconomic hierarchy a fair bit, which is of course why alimony payments and all of that are necessary. So this hypergamy means women are much more selective in their mating than men are. And it's not surprising because they pay a bigger price for sex. It's more dangerous for women because they can get pregnant, and it might be more dangerous emotionally.
Why the hell should you take care of something as sorry and wretched as you are? First of all, yes, you're pretty useless and terrible, but so is everyone else, and that's actually an existential problem, right? And what I mean by that, it's a problem that every human being has always had and always will. So it's not just you, it's a universal problem. Despite the fact that you're not all that you could be, the proper attitude to have towards yourself is the attitude that you would have towards someone that you genuinely cared for. You have something valuable to bring into the world as an individual. You have a light that you have to bring into the world, and that if you don't bring it into the world is a dimmer place, and that's a bad thing, because when the world is a dim place, it can get very, very, very dark. And so it's necessary, not just so that you feel better, not just so that you're a #1 lobster, none of those things. You need to take care of yourself because you're in the best position to do that, and it's necessary for you to take care of yourself. Despite the fact that we're mortal and vulnerable and self-conscious and capable, not only capable of doing terrible things, but actually do them. Despite all that.
Ladies, please do not be deceived by these fake men in my comments whining and complaining as if they are provider husbands and as if they're traditional men. They are not traditional men, and they are not provider husbands. They are whining and complaining. It's like Jesus complaining that he's supposed to die. And I'm like, but wait a minute, Jesus. Revelation said you was the lamb that was slain from the foundations of the earth. So how now you want to whine and complain about dying and redeem the earth and laying your life down for the whole world, sweet baby Jesus? How you gonna complain now? Ladies, in my book, 23 Types of Guys You Might Meet, it's available on Amazon. It's an excellent read, almost 400 pages. I talk about the different types of guys you might meet. And one of the guys I talk about is the Psalm 23 husband. He is the provider husband. He is a shepherd girl. He's gonna take care of all your needs. You're not gonna need anything. Please drop these bum men whining and complaining.
All right, y'all, the truth about dating a rich man, let's get into it. I see a lot of women putting rich men on a pedestal, idealizing and romanticizing that situation. And so today I'm going to make a video just for you. Women think it's going to be about a man who pays all your bills, takes care of you financially. You don't have to work. You just get to travel, pose on fancy beaches, just live a luxurious lifestyle, and lavishing you. And all you have to do is be pretty and present. Wrong. Ladies, you are moving into his kingdom, his house/castle. That's his money. It's his rules. He's the breadwinner. Guess what? He's in control. Most times, your job is to figure out how you can be an asset to him, how you fit into his world, not the other way around. This type of relationship can come with losing yourself in the relationship. Stop idealizing being with a rich man. Yes, they are successful and they should be commended. These relationships are not easy and most times not ideal. This ain't no Disney movie.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. Get my shit together. Get my shit together. Peace to the tribe, man. Yeah, man. So what is goody? What is goody? What is goody? What is goody? How y'all feel out there? Man, all I'm gonna say is this, right? Get your ass to the Substack. Get your ass to the Substack. Right? So just put out an article, and I want to just do a quick little video about the article that I just did. And it's some very powerful stuff, man. And I just kind of want to explain some stuff to y'all real quick, because when you talk about spiritual things can be somewhat abstract, and life is somewhat abstract if you really think about it. If you just think about like nature, or if you just think about fruit or agriculture or a garden or a bush or a tree, or even our life, right? You came out of your mom and dad having sex. That's very abstract when you really think about it. Like, they didn't necessarily have you specifically in mind when they got horny, yet and still you here like trying to figure things out in your life. So we don't have to always rely on what other people feel and what other people think. And if you were a baby, you might have been conditioned to be dependent on what other people feel and what other people think. So on the Substack, I meant to do it like this, but I'm gonna do it like this now. Give me a second. Let me zoom out a little bit. So on the Substack, got a lot of articles on there, right? And all of these is kind of like worth their weight in gold. So, you know what I'm saying? You can go, once you become a member, $5 a month, $55 for the whole year, or you could join for free, because I even do free articles from time to time. Everything gets sent to your email, or you can download the app. It's up to you, you feel me? I like the little Substack app, it's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm dropping shit consistently dropping shit, of course. Sometimes the new moon, full moons be free, sometimes they don't. It just be dependent on the information. This last one was not free, you feel me? So it's like when you find something that's valuable, or let me just say this, time is money and money is time. And if you was to just peruse through all of these articles, it's not like I'm just shooting from the hip, just trying to tell you some cool shit. Everything is well researched. Like, you know, this type of information for me is like porno, you know? You know how easy it is for you to get on Pornhub? It's that easy for me to open up a book and learn new information, take notes, organize that new information into shit that can help you. So with that being said, man, tap into the Substack. This article, once again, is not free. But you know what they say about YouTube, the longer your video is, the less people watch it. So I'm just going to do that in reverse. So you don't got to really sign up to the Substack if you don't want to. You just got to sit here and listen to me make Craigslist jokes and things of that nature. And we could just keep this shit going, you feel me? I'm gonna go through the whole article right here on this YouTube channel. And this is free. It's just gonna take you longer. This video might be an hour or some shit. You can read the article in like 5 minutes, shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? Time is money, money is time, you know. Some of y'all is at work, some of y'all is working out, whatever you doing, some of y'all is cleaning up, some of y'all is cooking, some of y'all is driving, some of y'all is working and driving at the same time, some of y'all is driving Uber, and the nigga in your Uber like, what the fuck is you listening to type shit. Shout out to y'all. I really appreciate y'all for locking in, tapping in, all of that. But understand all of this particular information, I'm hoping that you can utilize it and apply it in your everyday life so you can get the bag. If you are interested in getting a bag, just you can hear me okay and everything is copacetic, can y'all just give me some ones in the chat if y'all ready or interested in what I'm actually going to be talking about today? Go ahead and hit some ones in the chat. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Snickers. Shout out to Chocolate Bunny. The pun was intended, you feel me? Shout out to Sacred. Shout out to Kasha. Shout out to Mental. Shout out to Shamika. Shout out to Pixie. Shout out to all of the Phantom watchers, people who don't comment in the chat, but y'all be watching. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the ancestors, all the known ancestors, all the Anthony family, the Williams family, you feel me, the Favors family, known and unknown, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who, you know, keep everything, you know, it's not a me thing, it's a we thing, right? All you gotta do is flip that M upside down and you will understand life a whole lot better. Volume is low. Kinda low. I could turn it up. I could definitely turn it up, you feel me? Let me know if that's alright. What up, Ra? What up, Jazz? What up? So, man, you know what's crazy about this spiritual shit, right? And writing this article and reflecting on this, niggas love to be in a spiritual community, right? Niggas be like, man, that's niggas' number one thing. It ain't nobody that I can kind of relate to type shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody that I can relate to type shit. You know? People love saying that, right? And you ever notice how the conscious community can be a lot like church type shit? You ever notice that? Yeah. And you ever wonder why, right? You ever just been confused as to, man, this shit is giving church. This shit is giving normal, mundane shit. And we just using words like Ashe and Hotep. And we talking about astrology. But, the transformation ain't in this collective, and I feel it, but I don't want to be the motherfucker that just be the eyeball because we saying Ashe and Hotep. I don't want to be the one that's going to pull the rug from up under y'all niggas' feet because we saying Ashe every day type shit. So why? Because whether you in church, listen to this, we got to really put our thinking caps on. Whether you in church or whether you in a conscious community, if you seek validation and you seek approval, The ways you say amen and ashe is the same. The way you say praise Jesus, the way you say praise Osiris is exactly the same. You trying to show motherfuckers that the spirit is in you for real type shit. Like you can really be about this spiritual shit, whatever the concept is. It could be at work. Niggas want to be on the leaderboard at the call center type shit. Like, motherfuckers want to drive a nice car, have nice clothes, be this type of person in reference to whatever, maybe spirituality, maybe education, just so motherfuckers can say, you're awesome, dude. And if we generally think like that, if we normally think like that, if we don't question it, if we don't step back from it, it's going to run our lives. You're going to be 75 hoping that motherfuckers say, you're awesome, grandpa. You're awesome, grandma. Things like that. And that be the shit that's always going to hold you back. I'm going to explain why, because it's abstract. What is abstract? Abstract is life. Abstract is a seed that eventually becomes something else. And the process from seed to where you at now is involuntary. Growth is involuntary. So the things that we really value, the things that we really love are involuntary. There's not the shit that we have any control over. So when we really want to praise God, when we really want to, give our ashe and give thanks, it's not going to be to a nigga, giving you $5 on your birthday type shit. No. You talking about a random seed, a random encounter, a chaotic encounter to which I'm able to manifest in what does my soul have to offer me? Why did that happen? Why am I here? So if you can begin to ask these particular questions, now you can understand some shit. But it's a way to be so blocked off from that just simple idea of who am I? What am I here for? And it's called seeking approval from others. And let's think about life. Let's think about life. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot going on. To double in, it's a lot going on, and then to double in, randomizing people's feelings and opinions towards you, that's going to be tough in 2023 in this new world in this world where you create your reality. You got to really start to think and start to examine the patterns in your life and how you go about life. And this is why it is abstract. It's abstract because you can't imagine yourself to be purely seeking validation from others and not seeking validation from your soul. To whereas if you were to seek validation from others, you would develop an attitude to the people that you love and tell them to kiss your ass. You would tell motherfuckers, get the fuck out of my face. Not now, but right now. I mean, immediately, get the fuck out of my face. You will be on that type of time. Because when it comes to finances, when it comes to wealth, no part of the wealth program is making people happy, being approved by others, being validated by others. My main story to life, when it's all said and done, I would probably be saying some shit like, damn, my family never helped me do shit, and I made it this far in life. I think I would put that shit on my tombstone at the end of, when it's all said and done. Damn, you do not need a nigga's approval to be the best version of yourself. And I can imagine a long point in time being so separated from it, of course, but really wishing one day that niggas would just be like, congratulations, Kyrie, you did it. To where I lived in those particular moments where maybe a motherfucker should, and I didn't get it, and it don't really matter. because I'm just really following my soul. So if I'm really following my soul, then I really shouldn't be worried about who validating or who really like, I'm not caught up in what I did yesterday type shit. I'm really not caught up in what I did a year ago, a month ago. I'm caught up in the particular message that I'm having right now, which is an abstract conversation, meaning that many people not going to get it because it's a billion sperm cells, right? It's a billion sperm cells. It's a million, it's some wild number of sperm cells, right? And only one actually becomes the actual human being. And then that human being might not even recognize the abstractness of its greatness. That human being more than likely is going to be 100% connected to whether a person accepts them or validates them or not, period, point blank. And no existential understanding, no innate understanding. So when you talking to your mama and your daddy about this consciousness, about your spiritual awakening, and they not fucking with you, is because they don't actually care about their relationship with their soul. They actually care about how Martha down at the bingo hall is going to be looking at her, seeing that your daughter, who you raised in the church, ain't coming to the church no more. She wearing pentagrams. You seen her YouTube and Instagram talk about meditation. Sarah, is your daughter the devil worshiper? Now, every time your mama got to go to the bingo hall, Martha looking at her, cutting her eyes, and see, why does that affect a human being so deeply? I'm going to explain to you why people even, you might think like, Ma, why you give a fuck what Martha care about at the damn bingo hall? Because if we created a chain when we were a little baby and we just kept looping that chain and we never broke those chains, we kept looping those chains and looping those chains and looping those chains and looping those chains and looping those chains, your mama, grown ass woman, super grown, still is connected to that original chain. What is that original chain? Mama, can I have some milk? Mama, can I have a bottle? Mama, can I have some food? Mama, can I have some clothes? Mama, can I? Daddy, can I? These niggas is the fucking prison guards in your particular prison. Because as a child, you want shit and your parents really not getting it for real. I mean, it's some of us who got everything that we wanted as a child type shit, but let's just imagine that we didn't get everything that we wanted. The times that we didn't get what we wanted felt like, not like a reasonable, rational decision that your parents were making. No, they were invalidating you. They were destroying you. They were killing you. Why? Because these same energies that were created as an infant, where we need shit as an infant, and if we don't get shit as an infant, we gonna die. And if we can't communicate that, and we know we can't communicate that, and we know we gotta rely on these people, it creates the deepest psychosis in all human beings. Because at a certain point as infants, we are also conscious. So within that consciousness, within that trauma, our consciousness gets lost, to which we then have to regain said consciousness, to which you have to accept yourself. But accept yourself is not just like, okay, I see you and I accept you. It's much deeper. But once again, when you are dependent on other people, wishing that people approve you, wishing that people validate you, this comes from a root understanding. This is just not some shit you gonna wake up one day and just be like, okay, fuck y'all. Right? It ain't that simple. My point of this article, my point of this conversation is that maybe you could begin to open your eyes not only to people judging you, right? You judging other people, you being in other people's shit, you having negative emotions over what's happening over such and such house, or what's going on with your partner, things like that. If you begin to open your eyes to these particular constructs, then for a second, you will be able to just stop. Because I'm telling you, if you accept yourself, because if you accept yourself and you have financial goals, and your financial goals is for you to separate from all the dumb shit that you've been doing and let down all of the motherfuckers that's blocking you from your financial goals, if you don't accept yourself and you're reliant upon other people's acceptance, then you're never going to get out of the same cycle that having you wanting to even be on your financial goals in the first place. Because maybe you supposed to be a stripper. Maybe you supposed to be on Craigslist, hashtag Snickers, right? Maybe you supposed to be on Backpage. Maybe you supposed to leave the city. Whatever it is, you need to be clear on it, and you need to be able to be grown about it, an adult about it. You know, when you look at the world and you look at the United States and people over time, it ain't like motherfuckers just stood in one place forever. Niggas migrated from place to place. It's Asians, it's Hindu people where you stay at, niggas from Italy, motherfuckers from Africa, and your ass like, shit, I've been on the west side my whole life type shit. I've been on the west side, you know my peoples type shit? Like, no, I don't know your peoples. No, I'm not from here. I'm a real human being, so I've migrated from place to place. What the fuck? What the fuck you mean? Like, that's a rarity, you know, that's odd, right? It's not the norm, right? We are fucking like the soul travels, right? Your foundation, your acceptance, but how people gonna look at me if I start, you know, living out a trailer or some shit like that, or if I downgrade, or if I'm, you know, people look at me a certain type of way, and this is you talking to yourself, right? Nobody even thinking about you, but you living your life based upon how people view you. And if your soul's saying, man, we can't afford this shit. Your soul's saying, man, we can't afford living here. We can't do this shit no more. We can't do this. We can't make $2,000 and have $3,000 worth of bills over 5 years and be wondering why we in debt. We can't keep living like this. We gonna have to make changes. But if everybody know you for your charger and your cousin always calling you, hey, can I get a ride? And you love giving motherfuckers a ride, right? And Uber got a whole $1 billion business from charging niggas for rides. And you like, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. Approval from others. Approval from others. Relying on other people. And understand, we're talking about wealth, right? So why is accepting yourself connected to wealth? Because when you ask your mom for them Jordans, and she said, do you got Jordan money? And you internalize that shit like, nope, I don't got a Jordan money. I don't got Jordan money. And you ain't get those Jordans, you got the Jordashes, and you said, at least you got it, it say J-O-R-D, nigga, shut up. And you just had to take that. You had to take that, and you like, it's 2000. Niggas not even wearing Jordashes no more. Like, I can't afford no Jordans, so I got you Jordashes and Wranglers and Levi's, nigga. Okay, so when we start talking about money, what is your money imprint? Do you got Jordan money, nigga? Because I don't got Jordan money. Do you got McDonald's money? Because I don't got McDonald's. My hamburgers taste better than McDonald's anyway. No, we don't got it. No, what you think? Money grow on trees? You think you made of money? I ain't made of money. And you talking about I want money and wealth and all of this. Come on. Your imprint is you wanted some Jordans and your mom ain't get you those Jordans. You need to deal with that. We've been doing shadow work consultations and just spiritual work in general, and the concept of like this ball and chain comes to mind, right? This ball and chain, like a literal ball and chain, a 5,000 pound ball and chain called upbringing, rearing, being raised. No Kundalini raising, but being raised by some two motherfuckers that was horny one day. Two motherfuckers was horny one day, right? Now have the authority to tell you, fuck you and your Jordans. You ain't getting them. And your parents might have never bought you no type shit like that. You wanted a PS5, they get you a Super Nintendo. Sometimes your mom and dad will come through. Cool. But even if they came through, the point that I'm trying to make is that your parents fell short at a certain point because that's what they were supposed to. They was only two motherfuckers that had sex one day. And if they did good things by you and for you, congratulations. But that's not the goal of this conversation, for you to say, well, my parents actually did shit for me, so this conversation ain't for me. No, they wasn't really supposed to at the end of the day, because the overall goal is for life to be so hard that you begin to revert inward. Once again, I've been doing spiritual work for a long time, and never once have a nigga hit a lottery and called me and said, you know what, I need to just, tell you thank you, or I need a reading or no shit like that, right? It's always when things are somewhat bad and they need to turn inward to find direction. So we're not looking at our moms as bad people. We're not looking at our upbringing as bad people. We're looking at them as a necessary evil, to which if I was going to be a tall oak tree, tall in the sky, the points in which I was down in the depths of the earth was a necessary part. Being disconnected from sunlight was a necessary part. Being disconnected from my soul was a necessary character building exercise. That's going to then say, I know what it feels like to be disconnected, and I also know what it feels like to be connected. So once again, if you do have the ability to tune in and tap in, if you are fully healed in this aspect, then what is the result of being healed? Right? It is not to put on a suit, do an award show, thank God, tell niggas, hey, hallelujah, did this, yeah, I done did it, y'all. I got a mansion, got 15 houses, 15 cars, this, that, and the third, y'all. I did it. No, the goal is to do it more like Beyonce did it, whereas you make a lot of people wealthy along with you. Otherwise, you still need to heal. You ain't really rich, you ain't really wealthy until you're able to provide opportunities. And if you ain't able to provide opportunities, then you need to continue to heal. Because along the spiritual journey, whenever you talk to a motherfucker, what you want to do? I want to help people. I want to help people. How you going to help people? I'm going to do Reiki. I'm going to read their cards. I'm going to read their energy. I'm going to do a reading. I'm going to read their chart. I'm going to kiss their ass. I'm going to tell them to join my Craigslist. # Snickers. Well, why don't you give them an opportunity, give them a job so they can make some money, so they can put food on the table? I'ma read they tarot and I'ma I'ma make them some beaded jewelry and wrap copper around it so they can attract good things in their life. Cause I wanna help people. Well, why don't you just like give them an opportunity to like, make some money, like really get, get some motion in their life. Yeah, and then after that, like I'ma just read their aura. I got this camera, take a picture, you see blue lights and red lights, and then I got this book and it say the blue light mean that you've been depressed lately. Yeah, you've been depressed. I want to help people. I got a good heart. I'm from the soul. Well, why don't you give them some money? Huh? Cause you know what my dream was? Like, how could you wake up and feel good about yourself and you ain't got no money? Like, really? Like, imagine you ain't got no fucking money for real and you just like trying to have a good day. And then, the crazy part about it, a motherfucker be like, hey, we having a party. We about to have a good time. We about to dance. We had a reception. The bar is free. The food is free. And we call that a good time. Them bills be coming every fucking month. The bills come every month, and if you don't pay them, you be looking crazy. But then you can feel good when you wake up and not have no money. Or feel like you can play with a nigga. Or feel like, oh yeah, this nigga not rich, but he like generous type shit. So you just kind of sitting back like, yeah, my nigga got it. My nigga got it. Because you want a rich nigga. You want a rich nigga so bad, you project a rich nigga on a nigga that's not even rich. So you just be sitting back like, my nigga got it. Where y'all going to? The homeless shelter? Why? Cause my nigga got it. Like what you was doing. He ain't doing his thing. Like he ain't a provider. He not a provider. Like bitch, we're in fucking random occasion, a dude busts a nut while a girl is ovulating, child, don't even know if it's a boy or a girl, twins, quadruplets, you don't fucking know. If you ever was in control of anything, the one thing you're not in control of is childbirth. Especially if you a man and you love your wife and you love your children. You don't know if you having a boy or a girl, twins or otherwise. It's random. You can fuck your wife 365 days. One of those days you get her pregnant. Random. Meaning that if you didn't fuck her that day, you wouldn't even be alive. So then you equate a random occasion of a astronomical portion of people. You go into a fucking field in West Virginia and see motherfucking people with one tooth and shit. Like, what the fuck? There's people everywhere in this bitch. Meaning everybody fucking. Everybody gotta figure it out. But you watched a movie or read a book or somebody told you some shit to whereas you feel like you can kick your feet up because of how you look or because of just what you expect or what you depend on another person. Then if the situation fall back, I bet you be looking dumb as hell. Why? Because nobody's supposed to be dependent on nobody. Nobody's supposed to be worried about what anybody going on, even if, because you supposed to be smart enough to know, shit, motherfuckers get married, motherfuckers sure duff get divorced. Motherfuckers fall in love, motherfuckers fall out of love. So why would I think, I forgot to preface this whole conversation with the ego. The ego This whole conversation is the ego wanting approval and nothing else. To whereas if we ever was to have a soul conversation, a conversation on getting some money, you would have needed to be yourself. Now, you can be yourself and be loved, or you can be yourself and be judged. But when you be yourself, you know when a person is judging you. You know when a person is holding you back. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing to resonate with your soul force energy and have motherfuckers like, I don't like you. I can't stand you. I don't like the person that you becoming. That's when you know you is doing the right fucking thing. That's when you know. When you is giving your cousin a ride every fucking day and he like, man, I sure appreciate your ass. When your girl tell you, I love you, that's when you know your life is fucking, you doing something wrong. Right? Why? Because you supposed to have, your boxer's supposed to be fucking soaking wet. If she loved you, your boxers would be fucking soaking wet. Trust and believe. Wobble, wobble, gobble, gobble. That's how you know she love you. Her telling you that she love you, that don't really mean shit. Cause them is just words. Empty words. That people, you know, who teach you, you know, your mom tell you she love you after she do some fucked up shit. Your daddy tell you he love you after he done did some fucked up shit. How about this? Instruction manual for parents. Where's the book? Who read it? Who knows it? Who follows it? Oh, since it ain't no real such thing as a good parent, because you know spoiled ass kids that turned out to be drug addicts. I said spoiled ass kids that turned out to be drug addicts and used to be jealous as them as kids. Oh, you getting a fucking Sega Dreamcast or Jordans. Took all of his mama money and bought crack and heroin and some shit. Like, oh wow, that shit crazy. Oh wow, because it's all about dopamine and shit like that. It's all hormonal. Oh yeah, tell me more. Tell me more. You cooking right now. What you mean it's all hormonal? Yeah, so if you buy your kids shit, you only training them to be drug addicts? What you mean? What you talk about? I love my babies. I love my babies. You love them, you teach them how to be self-disciplined. You love them, you teach them how to manifest. Listen. Teach your kids how to play an instrument when they're young. That way, when they get 18, even if they want to be an electrician, they can gig for a couple of days and make money on the weekend. Everybody need a guitarist, a keyboardist, and a young, talented musician. Come on now. Every kid love music. But no. You said, I'ma buy you what you buying your kids for Christmas type shit. Okay. Don't be mad when they be asking you for money. And they start buying weed. Start buying this, start buying that. Kids is buying drugs. Where they get money from? They damn parents. Why? Because they parents think they doing something good by what? Giving their kids money. Why? Because society have programmed the kids to be dependent on the parents and the parents to be dependent on the kids' validation. So it's all external validation going back and forth and nobody thinking like, well, damn. What are we doing? Like, what are we actually doing? We're just buying shit. We're working and we're buying shit. We're working and we're buying shit. And then niggas would be really, the irony about all of this shit is that in the midst of working and buying shit, motherfuckers would be like, man, I really need some fucking money. It's been times this year, was in this chat, it's been times this year where you said, man, I really need some money. Got some money, and then I don't know how much longer later you've been saying, damn, I really need some money. Again, God, I need you to double back. Remember what you did earlier? God, remember what you did earlier this month? When I said I really need some money, you gave me some? Nigga, you know how I get sometimes. Hey, double back on your boy. Spin the block. hey, spin the block. I need that. Much obliged. Much obliged. And listen, you would get to a point, you would break yourself down so much, you would let niggas go so much that you can't help but to come up. When it's just you and them niggas ain't in your energy, when your cousin ain't asking you for a ride, when you ain't worried about what nobody thinking, when it is you, oh, the bag is gotten to. The bag is secured. If you can understand that, you can also know what it takes to make it in the future. You got this nigga, I'm talking about your boyfriend right now. I'm talking about your boyfriend right now. I'm talking about that nigga right now. You know he's a hindrance to everything you trying to do in life. You know this. And you this nigga really don't even got standards for real. You know you wasting time with this nigga. You know it. Cause y'all not doing shit. Now if y'all doing shit, y'all starting a food truck together. Y'all hustling together. Y'all going to the library together. Y'all doing research together. Y'all watching YouTube videos together. Then cool. But last time I checked, y'all going out to eat and y'all fucking. Wondering where the day went. Yo, you grown as fuck, head in La La Land. Talking about, ooh, that dick is good. Ooh, that dick is good. Weird. Stop. Get help. The meaning of the word accept is to take what is offered. Your boyfriend is only offering you dick. And I understand. But now we dealing with the metaphysics of the situation. And when you deal with the metaphysics of the situation, you're in reference to the soul. So now you gotta walk with me. When we're dependent on people as children, we have to go through a psychological process that's called individuation, to which we no longer rely on our mother and father for sustenance. We rely on our soul for sustenance. Why? Because if we do not individuate, we just duplicate our attachment style to said nigga in reference to mommy and daddy. So the nigga is not even a nigga. The nigga is mommy and daddy in a nigga form. Acceptance of the self is the foundation. It's abstract. So a nigga gonna tell you some shit. You need money, so you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. Right? And you might say, okay, I need to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Okay, cool. But what's gonna happen between step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4? Your mama gonna say shit, your kids gonna need shit, your nigga gonna need shit, everybody in your job gonna need shit, everything in your life that you attach to is going to disrupt you and distract you, and the fact of you taking that course and the fact of them not factoring that shit in means that you're not going to be able to complete the course. That's why whenever you go to school, at the beginning of the fucking class, it's 50 people in the class. By the middle of the shit, when it's time, or for whatever reason, half of the people do not make it. By the end of that shit, even from half, that shit have dwindled down to a very few. Why? Because people are not even at the school to finish. People are at the school to make their mama proud. Niggas didn't never go to school when they was 18 because they knew exactly what they wanted to do. And even if they thought they knew what they wanted to do, they wasn't in that field to be like, oh, you get into that field, you like, I don't even really want to be a fucking doctor for real. But you done fucking spent 15 years in school. It's too late. You a fucking doctor now. So when you are living this life following what other people expect, oh, because your mama always wanted you to be a fucking doctor, didn't she? Cool. Ain't nothing gonna make a mama happier than seeing her motherfucking kid be a fucking doctor, nigga. She gonna be telling everybody, oh, my son is a doctor. Oh, my son is a doctor. Niggas live for this. So understand, majority of people, listen, you will be talking to somebody and it'll get to a certain person or a certain circumstance and you like, oh, you got an unhealthy fucking bond with this motherfucker, don't you? You aren't aware of this shit, ain't you? Oh, you more attached to this motherfucker than you is attached to me, ain't you? You is never gonna win. You never gonna win playing that game. You only gonna win by being attached to yourself. Cause I'ma tell you, a motherfucker gonna love you and a motherfucker gonna not love you. Let me be the first to motherfucking tell you, you'll never get into a situation where a motherfucker is just going to consistently love you at a high level. And for you to expect that, you're going to reach a point where you is like, I don't even like this nigga no more either. Fuck this nigga. I hate this shit. This is not what I thought a relationship was going to be like. I thought you was just going to be on my dick every single day. No, it's not like that. The bitch can't stand your ass. Listen. Feel how you gonna feel about Kyrie. Listen, I love me. I love me. I love it. I love me, bro. Like listen, I have to do daily reminders because I was not raised into understanding that if my mom was upset, that's not a reflection on me. If my daddy was upset, that's not a reflection on me. If my teachers was upset, not a reflection on me. You ever go to school and your teacher have a bad day? They don't say, I need to do inner work. What they say? They start yelling at the kids, treating the kids crazy. Cause whatever happened in their house, they brought it like, what the fuck? To which, if you, like, since there's no parenting book, listen, there's no parenting book. So the frustrations and the mistakes that your parents made was passed down to you. To which you're passing those same mistakes down to your kids. Okay, where do we stop this actual chain? Where do we break the chain? We understand the etymology of acceptance. We can't accept nothing from another person because I know that you're gonna change. I could wish that, I hope and pray that you love me forever, but you might not love me forever. You might mistake something that I said. You might get turned off because I got doo-doo streaks or whatever the case may be. You don't like my Craigslist ad, whatever. You don't like me, cool. I can't live like that. I can't operate under that circumstance. My soul, which operates my involuntary muscles, listen, if whatever happens, my soul is going to be like, all right, let's keep these blood vessels moving. Let's keep this spinal cord moving. Let's keep this goddamn heart beating. Let's keep these bowels moving. Let's keep this shit going, nigga. You know this nigga Kyrie ain't shit for real. Yeah, I know this nigga ain't shit. This nigga kind of funny though. Still heart beating. All right. respiration system, cells moving, everything going, cool. You know this nigga really ain't shit. Like, you ever thought a nigga wasn't shit? Yeah. Then you gotta meet Kyrie and you be like, damn, that nigga that I thought wasn't shit was an angel, right? Heart still beating, boom, 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 boom. I ain't never been shit. Never claimed to be shit. You gotta live in why. Cause nothing existed in a linear pattern from, if you want to get rich, just do these 5 things. Nigga, you did those 5 things. Still not rich. You didn't do it in a timely manner. Whatever the case may be. Nothing happens linearly. I can tell you what you need, but if you don't accept yourself, what I think you need is never what you need. Never. Never, ever, ever, ever can I tell you something that you cannot tell yourself, because your soul is always... You know how many times niggas ask me questions and the answer is in the questions? Well, Hood, do you think I should leave my husband? Yeah? What the fuck? Who, okay, let's do this. Who in a happy relationship is even thinking about leaving a nigga? Well, you said you gotta stick it together and all. Like, the way you asked that question, answer that question. Because if you wanted to stick it out, your ass would be, Hood, I need tips on how to stick it out with my husband. You see how different that question is? Once in the chat, if you can tell the difference between, Hood, should I break up with my husband, versus, what are some tips to help me and my husband strengthen our bond together? I think you know the answer to that, sis. If you just think about it a little bit more deeper, the answer will come to you. To accept means to take what is offered. You cannot accept nothing from nobody. That's the secret. That's the method. Cause you know when that nigga first met you and he wanted some ass, how that nigga was so kind and so attentive and so psychic and so loving and so nurturing and so strong and felt like a fucking superhero. Now he calling you an ain't shit motherfucker every time you pick up the phone. What you want, you ain't shit motherfucker. And you like, you can't be the same nigga that told me that my booty smelled like goddamn roses. You said my booty smelled like a goddamn garden, nigga. Now what? I'm an ain't shit bitch all of a sudden. Why? Cause I fucked your uncle? I didn't even know that was your uncle. Shit, like chill, like always the small things, like. Anyways, can you come pick up these kids? Like, let the past go. Let the past go, like. Like, I really want y'all to get this. I really want you to get this the same way I really need the seed to go into the dirt first. I know that the oak tree is like, all right, now that I'm an oak tree, if I just go from level to level to level to level, I'll be 100 feet tall. Yeah. But that oak tree didn't tell you, because he didn't know that before he was an oak tree, he was an acorn. So the process of it, before you can start talking about the steps that you're going to get as an oak tree, you got to talk about the foundation of being an acorn. And the acorn, in this context, is learning how to accept yourself. But until you deal with the etymology of acceptance, you might think that you're just like accepting yourself. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Accept means to take what is offered. So that means that a person can't really offer you shit, right? For real, until you begin to understand what your soul is offering you. But generally, when your soul is offering you something, you're going to have to let the motherfuckers that you've been shooting the shit with go. And then they're gonna be like, damn, you acting funny. No, I'm not acting funny. I'm fucking hilarious. Like, I'm like a fucking 5-star comedian at this point. Like, I feel like fucking Cat Williams mixed with Kevin Hart. Like, what do you mean I'm acting funny? Like, shit, like, this is pure comedy at this point. Like, I'm not acting funny. Like, try and make you roll on the floor laughing. Like, what do you mean? I was with you, and we were all broke together. I said I didn't want to be broke. I didn't shade you. I didn't shame you. I didn't judge you. I just got into the proper situations that allowed me to reach my financial goals. No shade. And it's one more point that I want to kind of get to, but understand, like, this whole article is going to be available. First link in the description. You can read it yourself, but I just wanted to go through it and just kind of give a little bit more context, let it breathe a little bit more, because I really want y'all to understand this. And it's hard to, like, put forth abstract information because people want to have information that is going to, like, people want to raise the child, right? People want to, like, when you're little, you like, I want a child, I want a baby type shit. But you also have to, like, meet a woman and, like, have sex with her to get the child. And having sex is very, like, personal because some of us don't got big dick. Some of us got, you know, pussy that look like a coney dog. You know what I'm saying? Some of us don't look good naked. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us are not very much, like, have gotten really loved as children or even told about how we are, you know? So you gonna always be fooled when it comes to spirituality, you know what I'm saying? And people always gonna give you the buzzwords because the actual fucking part, you know, most niggas can't get, like, most niggas can't, like, score a sexy ass bitch and take her home and fuck her, you know, fuck her good. And have that sexy ass bitch looking at him like, okay, you that nigga for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you really that nigga for real. I like the way you fuck me type shit, you know? So niggas will project that type of energy, say, you know, I don't even need to be out here, you know, with testosterone and pulling hoes or no shit like that. I just need to talk about spiritual shit, right? And so that ain't no escape either, right? That ain't no, you can't just be fucking. Cause why? Cause when you a spiritual nigga like that, you just want to be validated and accepted. Let me tell you some shit. If you getting a pussy that you want to get, if you getting a dick that you want to get, you don't give a fuck about nothing else, right? Why is this important? These are abstract ways of living. Nobody goes into the grocery store like, how you doing today? Girl, I got fucked so good last night. Girl, nigga made me squirt 5 times. Came like 8 times, bitch. You ever had a multiple orgasm, hoe? Like, oh my God. Like, yeah, I need 20 on pump 5. Thank you. Like, never, right? How you doing? I'm doing good, right? Why? Because sex is abstract. Spirituality is abstract. Sex and spirituality are synonyms. That's why when I'm having conversations, you more than likely not going to understand. You more than likely not going to get what I'm talking about. And if you do, great. Because that just means you done got some good dick before. That just means you done got some good pussy before. And you can understand that a bitch might have you tied up for the whole day. Like, where you at? Damn, my phone died. Like, what happened? Like, the smell, y'all ever get the smells going? Like, you know the sex good when the smell giving you, like, it's smelling effervescent in that bitch. You like, damn, I'm just intoxicated by this whole scene. Like, I read books. I got a lot of books, bro. None of the books equate to the sensation of having sex with a hood rat. I would trade in all of my books for a loyal, a ride or die hood rat. She don't even gotta be all the way cute for real. She just gotta give off that effervescence. You feel me? What I'm trying to say is that this shit can get weird, it can get abstract, it can get twisted, but that's how it actually is. That's how life actually is. I hope that y'all not looking for an easy way out. Outside of sex, into spirituality, accepting yourself is going to be the foundation to getting the wealth that you actually need. And it don't make sense. That don't make sense. I know it don't make sense. I know it doesn't make sense. That's why I preface this. That's why I continue throughout that's why I keep giving you examples. You are in love with a dusty ass nigga right now. You love the way that nigga look, the way that nigga smell, the way that nigga fuck you, the way that nigga talk to you, the way that nigga treat you, but that nigga ain't shit. That's some abstract shit for you. That's some shit you can't really just be talking about with everybody all the time. Like, yeah, this nigga, yeah, you start talking about where he live at, what he do for a living, or what he don't do for a living, and how he really conduct himself for real. Motherfuckers is like, oh girl, are you slow? What's wrong with you? That's abstract. A lot of things that we do in this life don't make a lot of sense. So I gotta teach. I gotta teach in a way that is unorthodox and it don't make a lot of sense. But what I want you to really take from this is that if you just practice accepting yourself, you will notice an increase in finances. An example would be, I'm gonna teach this class. Right? I'm gonna teach this class, right? I don't know if nobody gonna sign up. And if don't nobody sign up, motherfuckers gonna look at me like I'm retarded. I had this class that ain't nobody sign up for, so I ain't even gonna do the class. Right? So, but say for instance, I'm gonna do this class and I don't give a fuck if don't nobody sign up or not. I don't give a fuck if don't nobody sign up, and I'll be talking to myself in that bitch. Fuck it. If I'm the only person in the class, I'm gonna be integral as fuck about it. I'm gonna do the class for 120 minutes, and then I'm gonna resell that bitch like motherfuckers was up in that bitch. Fuck it. Right? Which attitude would you want? The attitude where you worried about if a motherfucker is gonna accept your class or not, so you don't do the class at all? Or you just gonna do the class and say, I don't give a fuck. This is my online business. This is what I'm doing. I don't give a fuck, right? If you give a fuck, this is why you ain't did shit in your business. I'm talking about the shit that you already got and you ain't did nothing with it. I'm telling you the reason right now. I'm giving you the reason why all of this shit that you done started and you ain't did shit with is because you worry about how people feel about you. Meaning you do not accept yourself. If you accepted yourself, you can't give a fuck about what nobody else think, and all you would have ever did, your soul told you to start that fucking business. These gifts that spirit have given to you have come from multiple lifetimes. You don't need to be taught how to be you. You already, this is you. When you accept the soul, you accept your gifts, you will be on a limitless, you will be on some limitless shit. That's how I feel. I feel limitless. I don't say it like I remark at my, like I be remarking at myself like, damn, like not like on no egotistical shit, because I understand that I've accepted myself a long time ago. I told motherfuckers to kiss my ass a long time ago. I've showed myself to the world a long time ago. So it's something that I need to hear, of course, because I only teach what I learn, right? I only learn what I teach. I'm never at a point, I'm probably 2 steps ahead of you. That's it. You could catch up to me easy. And this is what I like. I like when people take the information and do great things with it. That lets me know that I'm doing something, right? So take it and run with it. Go past me, right? But once again, when you accept yourself and you get the bag, what do you begin to do? You begin to provide opportunities for other people. Because abstract, but the need for wanting to stun on motherfuckers, the need for wanting to look good for other people is keeping you broke. If you say, I need to be rich because I want to help people and I want to provide opportunities for you, for other people, then that's like that's a we thing. That's not a me thing. That's a we thing. And then you become an integral part to what prosperity, your spiritual abilities that have came from lifetimes after lifetimes. You are blocking that by caring about what motherfuckers think. So I really want you to get this. I really want you to understand this. You know, and it's like, it is what it is, you know, if you accept yourself. Like, I've understood this and I forgot this. I've understood it and I forgot it. So the best thing that I could ever do in reference to spirituality is be consistent, right? And with that, you know, I just want to end this video, but just let people know, you know, this is a very powerful understanding that if you could just simply get and understand, you'll be able to, you'll instantly feel the shift in your reality. Like when I actually did this article, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I was not in a good position or not in a good place when I was researching this message. You know, I wasn't in a good place. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I swear to God, if I ever told a lie, I'm not telling one right now. I understood acceptance and I did not understand it, y'all. Did not understand it, but I just did it anyways. I just accepted myself anyways. And then the shift happened. And then I did the research. And then I put the article together. And then I wanted to tell y'all, because the actual macaroni and cheese of it, the actual fucking of it, already experienced it. So this is from experience. I'm telling y'all, accept yourself. Like, cause a motherfucker gonna call you an ancient nigga 365 days out the year. You gotta do the opposite 365 days out the year. And it's a trick, and it's shadow work, it's psychological, and I tried to elucidate that, and I probably could go on and on and on, but hopefully this resonated with you and you was able to take something from it. If you need further elucidation, join the White Rabbit or just subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow probably with another video. So yeah, you know, tune in and tap in, you know, change lives, change your lives, accept yourself, you know, just meditate on it. Don't, if it makes sense, then fuck it, you know. Hopefully it don't make sense at all, and you like, accepting myself is gonna get me the bag. Just trust it, you know, just trust the idea, you know. Take some shrooms, you know, White Rabbit psychedelics, you understand me? We got the weekend sale going on, so, you know, meditate on, you know, acceptance. Google search that shit. Do a report, make a video, do a video slideshow on acceptance. I'll fucking upload that shit on my channel. We just need to understand this at a deep level. You understand what I'm saying? Do a clip, whatever, you know. People need to get this. So with that being said, I hope y'all could understand and overstand my message, and I'll get on with my day. Hopefully y'all have a great day yourselves, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.